I'm Althea, and I love the Pickle Posse because they've made jokes about my appearance, but they never cared. As long as I was able to help them, they've only been kind. Delron is great. Audrin is funny. Aodia is sweet and hilarious. And we all came together under Pickle, and we just want to, right now, help the princess, and we want to just achieve our personal goals. And right now they're helping me, and I never thought anyone would want to help me. I first fell in love with role-playing games when I was a teenager. I played Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. My brother had sold me on helping buying an Xbox 360 for us to share because he said he thought I'd really like that game, and it turns out I did. I actually replayed that game so many times. And then going forward, it was Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, which took up my entire senior year of high school. And then eventually Dungeons & Dragons in college. I like Dungeons & Dragons because it's very fun. It's the soul of what storytelling is, which it's always character driven, and so you all make your own characters and they interact, and I've always adored that. It's interactive storytelling. It's telling a story together as a group. Dungeons & Dragons has affected my life through I got to socialize and have adventures more. And it's something I had always wanted to do because when I was a little girl growing up watching cartoons, the nerdy characters always played it, and I was so interested in it but didn't have anyone to play with. And as I got older and found people with similar interests, we all just get to come together with different backgrounds. It doesn't matter who you are, as long as you want to have a good time and work as a team, you can tell these amazing stories together, which is almost better than any video game because you can only play that so many times. It's always different with Dungeons & Dragons, no matter if it's the same group every time you play with or different people every week. I got involved with Vicious Mockery because I befriended Mark and Paula, and they told me about the show, and I wanted to help however I could. I was dying to get back into Dungeons & Dragons, and the opportunity presented itself, and I jumped at it. We work very well as a team because we're all very friendly and we're all very open to the improv that is so crucial to Dungeons & Dragons. It's always yes and. It's never, no, I need to do this right now and I'm going to re-roll if I fail at that. It's let's roll with the punches and let's keep going. And we all care about humor and having fun. So my character in Vicious Mockery, she's ALTHAEA CELEB'LOKI. Very high chance I'm pronouncing that wrong. I don't have a grasp on Elvish at all. She is an Eladrin Sorceress, and she grew up in the Elven Kingdom in this world. Her parents are traveling merchants, so she traveled with them. She's very tan for an elf. Both of her parents are as well. Mark very geniusly came up with the idea that it's because of their traveling. It was just always something that existed. When she was an infant, her grandmother bathed her in draconic blood, which imbued her with this power that she has, but that also deformed her with the outline of scales all over her body, so she was always an outcast where she lived because the elves, they put an emphasis on beauty and perfection, and to them she was not that at all. So she never got along with people. So she's not well socialized. She has a hot temper, and because of that hot temper, she actually got in an argument with her parents when she was 40 and left home because of that, and that's when she stumbled upon a witch in a swamp who is this large half-orc woman, and she said, yeah, I'll teach you sorcery, but with that, she got to teach a little bit of respect and discipline, and after 50 years of that, the orc woman sent her out into the world to adventure, and then she came across what became known as the Pickle Posse. The other three characters in Vicious Mockery, my friends, my fellow actors, I like them because they're so nice. They're so open to any ideas. We love just having fun and joking, and I think they work well because our personalities are so different, so you don't have four of the same character. We have four very different characters played very different ways, And I love that, and that is the spirit of what Dungeons & Dragons is. And so I'm very glad that we have these different personalities, because if we had 4 Altheas running around, I don't think the adventure would be that crazy. So we're the Pickle Posse because there is a little gnome woman who's very sweet, and her name is Pickle. And she owns a bar in the slums of the first town that the group arrives in. And she has a special drink. And unbeknownst to her, she invented what is pickle juice. And so she just called it Pickle's Juice. And we all fought together in her bar, and we just became known, probably because of Delron, as Pickle's Posse. So the props I need to bring, luckily for me, I don't always need them because I have forgotten them before, but I usually bring my notebook full of all of the notes, my binder filled with my card spells, bring my cell phone because that has the apps we use to look at our character sheets. I bring my dice, and I bring my little Althea figurine that I painted years ago. Yeah, but luckily when I forget that, we have a ton of extra characters to use or a ton of dice to go around. But those are the main necessities that I like to bring. I do sometimes wear ears. I ran out of spirit gum, and that's why you have not seen me wear them in recent episodes. As soon as I get some good spirit gum back, I will bring the ears right back because I love them. I like working with this dungeon master because Mark is so nice and so open to his story being changed with our characters in the world. He wants to absolutely work with our characters and weave them into the lore of the world. He had no idea what character I was going to bring. As far as he knew, I was going to make one up the day we started. But he learned about Althaea, and she's very woven into the world right now, and we're very much following her arc right now. And it's actually helped the story he wanted to tell. And he's also going to do the same thing with all of the other characters, and I think that's very important in a dungeon master. I really loved anything with Beatrice. Beatrice is one of my favorites. I don't know why, but I absolutely have a weak spot for orcs. But as far as an adventure goes, I super loved the ball, all of us getting ready for that and what we had to do there, but also the Althea's Coma, which was Wizard of Oz themed, which I felt is something that anybody can connect to. Everyone knows the story of Wizard of Oz, and also how well our characters fit into that. I was so shocked. Like, we even had a Toto. It was a stone that turned into a dragon. We had everybody. The colors was just for ease of use, ease of identifying ourselves. Luckily, Althea, her figurine was already purple, and we all got to choose our own color, and it all worked out very well. But it also really reflects people's personality. I mean, Aoti's skin is blue, but she's that very quirky, unique kind of blue. Althea, I mean, her race is technically seen as like a royal race, and purple is very royal. Her eyes are purple. The stone that she uses to hone her arcane magic through is purple. Green is evergreen, is Delron, and is everlasting. And then the bright personality of Audrin. It just all worked out perfect. Improv is very important to Dungeons & Dragons because you need to be able to roll with the punches. If you roll low with a character and your character fails, you have to accept that. You can't throw a tantrum that Delron failed his throw, even though it'd be really cool if he succeeded. And then it's really fun when Althea randomly just murders someone with a magic missile just because she rolled high. And it's just, improv is so fun. And that's where a lot of life is, because life is random, and that's just important to life and Dungeons & Dragons. The producer and crew on Vicious Mockery, they are so vital. We wouldn't be able to do this without them at all. They set up the background every time, and they make the process so smooth. They make sure the audio is great, that the editing is done right. I have no sense of how to film things or stage things, and they just have it all on point, ready on time to start whenever we're ready. People should subscribe and watch Vicious Mockery because it is good, clean fun. It is the absolute essence of what Dungeons & Dragons is. It is a bunch of people who knew each other already and some who didn't know that and became friends through Dungeons & Dragons. It's all off the cuff and improv, and it's real. We're not professional actors by any means. We're just trying to have fun at the end of the day, and we do nothing but laugh.